All right, so here is part 2 of the video. Sorry, my dog started barking, so I had to chop it, and instead of starting all the way over, just went with this. All right, so here we have the equation y equals negative x squared minus 4x. Notice that there's nothing being added or subtracted at the end, so there is no c value, but it still makes it a quadratic equation. The other thing that you notice is that there is a negative 1 in front of our x squared, so that's our a value. Remember, in order to graph, you have to find the axis of symmetry first. So if you want to go ahead and pause this video and do this one on your own, you're more than welcome to do that, but make sure that you go back and try it and check everything. All right, so when we have negative b over 2a, that means the opposite of b. So our b is actually already negative 4, so it becomes positive 4. And then we have 2 times negative 1, because negative 1 is our a. So we end up getting 4 over negative 2, which reduces to negative 2. Okay, so negative 2 is my axis of symmetry. All right, now I'm going to plug this back into my equation for x to find my y value so I can have a vertex. Remember that this is negative 1 times negative 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2. All right. I'm also going to change this to plus negative 4, so I remember negative times negative is positive. So negative 2 squared comes first because order of operations says exponents, so that's positive 4 times negative 1 gives us negative 4. Then the second part of negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. I know that negative 4 plus positive 8 gives me positive 4. So my value is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here is my vertex. Remember, in order to determine my two values on either side, I'm going to use this one here at negative 1 and 0. And I'm going to use 2 to the left at negative 3 and negative 4. And I'm just going to erase those arrows. But I wanted you to visually be able to see where I was getting that information from, since I'm not in front of you right now. All right, so I always tell you to work with the easiest numbers. So negative 1 and 0 are much easier than negative 3 and negative 4. So negative 1 times negative 1 squared will give us negative 1. And then negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. So negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So I'm going to graph that, negative 1, positive 3, right here. And then when I plug in 0, I get 0 for the first part and 0 for the second part. So I end up with 0. And it is completely fine that my parabola ends up going through 0, 0 at the origin. Our next thing I'm going to plug in, when I plug in negative 3, I should know, based on my last one and what I've told you, is that when I plug in negative 3, I should get the exact same value as I got for negative 1, which is positive 3. So let's check. Negative 1 times negative 3 squared. Negative 3 squared is 9 times negative 1, negative 9. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. So negative 9 plus 12 gives me 3. And that is correct. So I have this equidistant from the axis of symmetry as negative 1, 3 and negative 3, 3. Then when I plug in negative 4 squared is 16 times negative 1 is negative 16. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So negative 16 plus positive 16 is 0. So right here in negative 4, 0. Then I'm going to connect my parabola with my U-shaped graph, not V. And so now I have my parabola. Now I need to decide, is this a minimum or a maximum? I know as a math teacher that it is a maximum, and the reason is because it's facing down. That is as high as the graph can possibly go. If we start on the left-hand side here and are going up, it then changes and comes back down. So it goes up first and then comes back down. So there is a changing point. That's what the minimum or maximum is, where it changes. So I have it changing at the y value of 4. So that's as high as it possibly can go. So if that's as high as it can go, that means it has to be less than or equal to that. And again, I told you that is a maximum. That is the end of the notes for today. tomorrow I'll have an activity for you guys to do with graphing. If you need help, ask me. Hopefully there's sound on this and you're able to hear it, and I hope you have a great day.